Tiki drink fans. We have a fantastic show today. We're going to actually talk about one of the three of the Trinity of Tiki drinks. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe and like and hit that notified bell so you're the first one to know when we have new shows. So let's dive right in. Today, we're going to talk about one of the big three in Tiki drinks. Can you guess? It's going to be the navygrog. This one actually has a long and storied history, and no one can really seem to agree fully on the recipe. But this drink goes back to 1740 when the British Navy decided that Jamaican rum held up better than wine or beer for its sailors. So in 1740, Captain's Order 349 by Admiral Vernon, who later became to be known as Old Grog himself, put it in effect where a ration of rum would go to every sailor on board. Well, as you can imagine, rum, sailors, there might have been a little bit of imbibing, so they actually watered down the rum a little bit and added lemon juice, which had the side effect to avoid scurvy. But of course, they didn't know that in 1740. Well, enough chit-chat. Let's get right to it. Today we're going to use our mixology and craft mixer. It's a Boston shaker set. I love it. You see it on the show a lot, but I can't say enough about it. And frankly, I don't get a dime for this anyway. I'm just saying I like it. So here's the trick with the navygrog. There's a little poem that goes with it. 1 part sour, 2 parts sweet, 3 parts strong, 4 parts weak. All right, so let's get into what we're going to do with that. We're going to add in a little bit of ice into our Boston shaker set. And the first part of it is 1 part sour refers to an ounce of lemon juice. So go ahead and you could use the bottled stuff, but try to use fresh ingredients whenever you can. Limes and lemons are readily available at the grocery store. And when you use better ingredients, you get a better product, kind of like that Papa John's thing. All right. So we got the 1 part sour. Now we need the 2 parts sweet. Okay. It calls for demerara syrup. Okay. Now you can go down and you can buy really expensive stuff, but let me tell you, just get a bag of demerara sugar for a couple of dollars, $2 or $3 at the grocery store, and you just boil a half a cup of demerara sugar and a half of a cup of water together until it becomes clear, and then you can store it for about a week and a half in any container. And it's a lot cheaper, and it's exactly the same thing. So that's our 2 parts sweet. All right, 3 parts strong. Now, before 1970, July 30th was the last day that the British Navy, actually rationed out the rum, the grog, to its sailors. It's also known as Black Tots Day. But that was the last day. Before that, Navy rum was really not available unless you were a sailor, an officer, or somehow affiliated with the British Navy. Pusser's rum came to market really quick, but today we're going to use Gosling's Bermuda Black Seal Black Rum, and just any kind of dark rum will do, but as long as it's quote-unquote Navy proof. So we had 1 part sour, 2 parts sweet, 3 parts strong. So we're going to put in 3 ounces of rum into that mix. There's 2. And another ounce goes right in there. And 4 parts weak, which refers to the water that upset the sailors they thought they were getting watered down rum. Well, they were, because this way they weren't overindulged and they were still productive. Admiral Vernon, he had sympathy and empathy for his men, but he still was very duty bound. So we add that in together. We give that a good stir. And of course, what Navy grog would be complete without a tankard, right? And actually, if you look at an old saying called "here's looking at you," the old pewter tankers most often had a glass. So when you were drinking, you could kind of keep an eye on who was across the table from you. So we're going to load that up with some ice. And we're almost there. Now the thing about Navy grog, you can serve it warm. It makes, a lot of people think that it's just a winter drink, like a hot toddy sort of thing, which is actually a whiskey drink. But you can serve it with warm rum, or you can serve it as a refreshing cold cocktail. Again, there's a lot of latitude that goes into this drink, and honestly, it's just as good for sailors as it is for pirates. All right, so we take that, and we strain our grog right in there, filling that all the way up. There we go. Garnish that with a lemon wedge. There we go. And of course, a little biodegradable straw. And there you have it. One of the three of the Tiki Trinity drinks, the Navy grog. Well, here's Bourbon Bill, and here's looking at you. Check out our other videos on this channel. If you have any suggestions, feel free to put them down in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. So that's it for me today. Bourbon Bill with Bourbon Bill's Pirate Bar. Cheers.